I want you to just stop for a second and think about a very specific feeling, a physical feeling.
Oh, okay. What kind of feeling are we talking about?
Well, think about a time you had a big problem.
Hmm.
Maybe you are standing at a shop, or you are staring at your computer screen,
Hmm.
or, you have your phone pressed to your ear. You are listening to that terrible repetitive hold music.
Oh, I hate that music so much.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And you have a real problem. Maybe your food delivery is lost, or your electricity bill is showing the wrong amount.
Yes. Or you tried to recharge your phone, your money got deducted from the bank, but the recharge failed. Ari, that is the most stressful thing.
Yes, that exact feeling. You tried to fix it yourself.
Right.
You checked the app, you read the help section,
Yeah.
nothing worked.
And now you are just, you're frustrated.
Really frustrated. You
Yeah.
can actually feel your blood pressure going up. You are getting ready for a fight.
You are. You are preparing to argue with whoever picks up the phone.
Right. And then a customer service person finally answers, but they are completely unhelpful.
Oh.
They don't listen. They talk over you, or they act like it is your fault. Do you remember that hot, tight feeling in your chest?
Oh, absolutely. It is just the absolute peak of modern frustration.
It really is.
You know, it is a very real reaction. What you are describing is a literal fight or flight
a
response.
fight or flight response, like when you see a tiger in the jungle.
Exactly. But instead of a tiger, it is a failure in the system. Your jaw gets tight. You feel hot.
Yeah, you feel totally powerless.
Right. It is the biological reality of feeling trapped by a system that is supposed to help you.
But, okay, I want you to take that memory and flip it around.
Okay, let's flip it.
Think about a time you were in that exact same stressful situation. You were expecting the worst.
You are ready to shout.
Right. But the person on the phone or the person across the counter is just completely calm.
Oh, I love when that happens.
They actually listen. They don't interrupt you at all. They understand your problem, and then they just fix it.
Just like that.
Just like that. Think about that sudden feeling of relief. Your shoulders drop. You feel so happy and grateful.
It feels like a small miracle, honestly.
It does. It feels like a miracle. And why is that?
Well, I think it feels like a miracle because we expect things to be hard. We expect a fight.
That is so true. We are used to the stress.
Exactly. And the difference between that angry feeling and that happy, relieved feeling, it is not an accident.
Wait, really? It's not just luck.
No, not at all. It almost always comes down to the words people use, a very specific set of simple words.
Words chosen to calm things down.
Yeah.
Yeah, not to start a fire.
Yes. And that brings us to the exact topic we are exploring today.
Yes. Today, our mission in this deep dive is to look closely at those exact words. We are looking at a guide called The Art of Polite Service, an English language guide.
It's a really interesting source.
It is. It has these two characters, Aman and Ria, and they show us the essential, simple phrases for dealing with customer service.
Right.
Now, I want to be very clear with you, the listener. This is a guide for learning English, especially for non-native speakers.
Yes, it uses very basic, simple English.
But, and this is important, we are not here just to learn basic vocabulary today.
No, we are digging much deeper than that.
Exactly. Our mission is to put this simple guide under a microscope. Because when you look at these simple phrases,
The ones Oman and Ria use.
right, when you look at them, you realize they're not just English words. They're actually powerful tools to stop human conflict.
That is the perfect way to explain it. By keeping the English very simple, the guide actually shows us something amazing about human psychology.
How so?
Well, it shows us how people can talk to each other to solve problems without making the other person angry or defensive.
Yeah, it's like a secret code.
Yeah.
You know, I was reading these phrases, and I thought of a really simple example.
Oh, what kind of example?
Think about how a key fits into a lock.
Okay, a lock and a key.
Right. If you have the wrong key, and you push it into the lock by force, what happens?
Well, the lock gets jammed. Or the key breaks. It doesn't open.
Exactly. The door stays closed.
Mm.
Customer service is just like that. You, the customer, are the key. The person helping you is the lock.
I like that.
If you use angry, rude words, if you try to force it, the other person's brain just jams. They get defensive. They stop wanting to help you.
The door stays closed.
Yes. But if you use the right key, the simple, polite English phrases from this guide, the lock opens smoothly.
The problem gets solved because you used the right shape, the right words.
Exactly. So let's look at the core idea of this guide. Right at the start, Aman and Ria define what customer service actually is.
And it is a very interesting definition. They break it into 3 parts.
Right. They say customer service is helping customers politely, solving problems, and giving support.
Did you notice what they put first?
Yeah, helping customers politely.
Exactly. They don't just say, fixing the machine.
Yeah.
They say polite behavior is a separate, completely important part of the job.
They really focus on that. They even say polite behavior is very important.
Because the emotional result is huge. The guide says good service makes customers happy and bad service creates frustration.
Okay, but I want to stop and ask you a question about this.
Sure, go ahead.
Is polite behavior really that important? I mean, in the real world.
I think so. Why? What do you think?
Well, let's say my internet is completely dead. I am working from home, I have a huge meeting, and I am losing money every minute.
Oh, a nightmare situation.
Total nightmare. So I call the internet company. If the guy on the phone is super sweet, very polite, but he takes 5 hours to fix my internet, I'm going to be so angry.
That makes sense.
But if I call and the guy is rude, he talks to me like I am stupid, but he fixes my internet in 2 minutes, I am actually thrilled.
Are you really?
Well, my problem is fixed, so doesn't fixing the problem matter more than being polite?
That is a great question, and it really tests the idea of this guide. But I would say your example actually proves why the guide is right.
Wait, how does it prove the guide is right?
Let's think about what happens the next day. Your internet is working now. But what happens next week when you have another small issue?
Okay.
Do you feel happy to call that rude guy back? Or do you feel stressed just thinking about talking to him again?
Oh, yeah, I would definitely not want to call him again. I would try to avoid it.
Exactly, because he made you feel bad. He fixed the machine, yes, but he ruined the human relationship.
Ah, I see. So the problem was fixed, but the service was bad.
Right. Like the text says, bad service creates frustration. Even if your internet works, if you feel humiliated, the service failed.
That is a really good point.
And there is a biological reason for this, When you have a problem, your stress level is already high.
Oh, very high.
Your brain is looking for threats. If the service person is rude, your brain panics even more. You cannot think clearly.
You just want to fight.
Yes. So politeness is not just about being sweet. It is actually a tool to calm the brain down so you can work together to fix the problem.
Okay, that makes total sense now. Politeness is like oil in an engine. It stops the parts from breaking when they rub together.
That is a perfect way to put it. It stops the friction.
So if politeness is the oil, let's talk about where we actually use it.
The guide gives us a few places: restaurants, shops, online services, and phone support.
Yeah, and reading that list, it felt a little strange to me.
Why strange?
Because they are so different. Think about a restaurant. It is noisy, crowded. You are waving your hand to call the waiter.
Right. Very physical.
But online support. You are sitting alone in your room, typing quietly on your phone. They are totally different worlds.
They are, but the guide treats them exactly the same.
Why do you think it does that?
Because the basic human need doesn't change. Whether you are looking at a shopkeeper or typing to a computer, you still have a problem and you still need help.
The core problem is exactly the same.
Exactly. But I will say the online support is actually much harder.
Why? Because you can't see them.
Yes. Think about it. If you are in a shop and you have a problem, you can smile. You can use your hands. You can show that you are friendly.
Right. I can soften my words with my face.
But on a chat app, you have zero body language. You only have text.
Oh, that is true. And sometimes plain text can look really angry, even if you don't mean it to.
Exactly. If you just type, "My order is wrong," the person reading it might think you are screaming at them because they are stressed too.
Oh, wow. So without a smile, the words have to do all the heavy lifting.
Yes. The words have to be perfect. They have to show respect all by themselves, and that is why this guide is so useful.
It gives you safe words to use.
Right. Words that cannot be misunderstood.
Okay, let's jump into those actual words. The customer's toolkit. This is the exact English you should use when you are the one with the problem.
Yes. The phrases Aman and Ria teach us.
The guide gives us very simple phrases. I need help. I have a problem. Can you assist me?
Yeah.
And I am not satisfied.
Very clear and simple.
And they also give a real-life example of a food order. The phrase is, it is not correct.
It is not correct.
Now, honestly, when I first read these, I thought, these are too simple. Anyone knows these.
They do seem basic at first glance.
But when you think about what you said earlier about stress in the brain,
Mm-hmm.
these simple phrases are actually genius.
They really are. Let's look at the first two. I need help and I have a problem.
They are just facts.
Exactly. They're totally neutral facts. You are not blaming anyone. You are just saying, here is the situation.
But, saying I need help can be hard for people
Why do you think so?
because we all want to be smart. We want to be independent.
Mm.
Walking up to a stranger and saying, I can't do this, I need your help, takes a lot of courage.
It does. It requires you to drop your ego.
Yeah, but because you drop your ego, the other person doesn't feel attacked. You're not saying your app is stupid. You are just saying, I need help.
Right. It invites them to be your partner, not your enemy. Then the guide gives us another phrase, can you assist me?
That one sounds a little more polite, more formal.
It is. It is a polite request. You are showing them respect. You are saying, I know you have the power to fix this. Please help me.
But the phrase that really blew my mind, the best one in the customer toolkit, is the fourth one.
I am not satisfied.
Yes, I am not satisfied. It is such a strong boundary, but it is not aggressive at all.
Let's break down why it works so well. It uses what psychologists call an I statement.
An I statement. Okay, explain that to me.
Sure. When we are angry, we naturally use you statements like, you ruined my food, or you charged me too much money.
Right, you guys always make mistakes.
Exactly. And when you say you, the other person's brain hears an attack, they immediately want to fight back. They want to say, no, I didn't.
Because I am attacking their identity. I am calling them bad at their job.
Yes. But look at the phrase, I am not satisfied.
It starts with I.
Exactly. You were just talking about your own feeling. How can they argue with that?
They can't. They can't say, no, you are satisfied. That makes no sense.
Yeah. Exactly. It is an undeniable fact. You are unhappy. It forces them to fix the problem without making them feel attacked.
That is so smart.
Yeah.
And the guy does the same thing in the restaurant example. The food is wrong.
And what does the customer say?
They don't say, you cooked this wrong. They say, it is not correct.
It.
The bill, the food, the ticket, it is not correct.
Mm-hmm.
The problem is just the object. It's not your fault. It's not my fault. The object is just wrong.
It is like putting the problem on the table between the two of you so you can both look at it together.
Instead of shouting across the table at each other.
Yes. But the guide also knows that doing this is really hard because human beings get angry.
Oh, we do.
There's a fun moment in the guide where Aman and Ria ask the reader a question. They ask, be honest. Do you complain politely or get angry?
It is such a funny question because it makes you look in the mirror.
So be honest. What do you do?
I mean, I try to stay calm. I really do.
Yeah.
But if I am on hold for 45 minutes or a chatbot keeps sending me the same useless link over and over, the anger just takes over. I feel like I have the right to be angry.
Of course you do. It is totally natural.
But this is why these simple phrases are so amazing. They're like a life jacket when you are drowning in anger.
A life jacket, exactly.
Because when I am that angry, my brain forgets big words. I cannot speak perfectly.
Your brain is flooded with stress.
Right. But I don't need big words. I just need to remember the simple script. I have a problem. It is not correct.
You just use the prepackaged words.
Yes. I can be burning with anger inside, but the words coming out of my mouth are perfectly polite.
And because the words are polite, the interaction doesn't break down.
Exactly. You pass the ball to the service provider nicely. So now the ball is in their court.
Right. Now we have to look at the other side of the conversation, the service provider's toolkit.
Yes. The person standing behind the counter or typing on the chat, how do they catch the ball?
The guide gives them very specific phrases, too.
Let's hear them.
How can I help you? I will check this for you. Sorry for the inconvenience, and we will solve your problem.
And there's one more from the restaurant example.
Yes. I will fix it for you.
These phrases are so interesting because they do two things in a very specific order.
Yes. It is a two-step process.
Step 1, you have to acknowledge the customer's feelings. Step 2, you take action.
Let's talk about step 1, the acknowledgement. The phrase is, sorry for the inconvenience.
Now, let's be real. People hate this phrase.
They really do. They think it sounds like a robot.
Yeah. Sorry for the inconvenience. It sounds like a big corporate machine that doesn't actually care.
But let's look at why it is actually a brilliant phrase for a worker to use.
Okay, why?
Because there is a big difference between saying, I am sorry that I personally ruined your day, and saying, sorry for the inconvenience.
Oh, I see.
The customer service agent on the phone didn't break your internet. They didn't cook your bad food. It's not their fault.
Right. So they shouldn't have to say, I am a bad person.
Exactly. Sorry for the inconvenience just means I see that you are having a bad time and I feel bad for you.
It is showing empathy without taking the blame.
Yes. It tells the angry customer, I hear you. You don't have to shout to prove you're upset. I believe you.
It cools everything down. But if they just say sorry and do nothing, that is even worse.
Oh, much worse. If they just say, sorry for the inconvenience and stare at you, you will explode.
That is why step 2 is so important, action.
Yes. I will check this for you, or we will solve your problem.
Notice the words check, solve. They are strong action words.
And they look to the future.
Yeah. I love the phrase, I will check this for you, especially when the worker doesn't actually know what is wrong yet.
It is such a smart phrase. The customer is stressed because everything is unknown. They don't know where their money went.
Right?
When the worker says, I will check, they are taking that heavy burden off the customer's shoulders.
They are saying, I will do the worrying for you now.
Exactly. It gives everyone a moment to breathe.
But the absolute best phrase, the one from the restaurant example, is, I will fix it for you. The customer says, it is not correct. And Aman, playing the waiter, just says, I will fix it for you.
It is so simple.
It is simple, but to me, it is like a magic wand.
A magic wand. How so?
Well, think about what we humans normally do when we make a mistake. If I mess something up, my first instinct is to explain why I messed it up.
Oh, we all do that. We make excuses.
Yes. If I am a waiter and I bring you the wrong food, I want to say, oh, I'm so sorry. The kitchen is so busy. The machine is...
They are saying, you don't need to worry about why this happened. I am taking care of it.
It is the perfect interaction. The customer is clear and polite. The worker is empathetic and takes action. No fighting.
And when you look at all these phrases together, you see the real message of this guide.
Yes. At the end of the guide, Aman and Ria give us some final thoughts.
What do they say?
They say good communication improves customer service, and polite English makes a big difference.
And the really beautiful one, kind words create positive experiences.
Yes, kind words create positive experiences.
Yeah.
And then they drop the most important rule of all.
The ultimate rule.
They say, you don't need perfect English, just confidence.
I love that line so much. It changes everything.
It really does, because it changes how we measure success.
Exactly. For someone learning English or just someone in a stressful situation, the goal is not to have perfect grammar.
Right. You don't need a huge vocabulary.
You don't need to sound like a professor. The true meaning comes from your intention, your kindness.
Let's think about that in the real world. Imagine a customer service agent who speaks absolutely perfect English. Big words, flawless grammar.
Okay.
But they speak to you in a very rude, sarcastic tone.
Oh, that is terrible.
Yeah.
The perfect English doesn't help at all. It actually makes it worse.
Right. But now imagine an agent who struggles with English. They don't know big words. They just say, I need help or I fix it.
Very broken English.
Yes. But they look you in the eye, they smile, and they genuinely want to help you.
That is a wonderful interaction. You walk away happy.
Exactly. The kindness translates everything perfectly. Like the text says, kind words create positive experiences, not complex words.
And this is such an important message for you, the listener, to remember.
Yes. Think about your own life. How many times do we stay quiet because we are afraid our English isn't perfect?
Oh, all the time.
We don't ask a question in a meeting because we will sound silly, or we don't help a tourist because we think our grammar is bad.
We let the fear of making a mistake stop us from connecting with people.
Exactly. But this guide is the cure for that fear.
It gives you permission to speak.
By giving us these tiny, simple building blocks. I have a problem. Can you assist me? It tells us we are allowed to engage.
You don't need to be a lawyer to argue your electricity bill.
No, you just need the confidence to use these polite, simple tools. I am not satisfied. I need help. If you say it politely, you can handle almost anything in life.
It is a really beautiful lesson hidden inside a simple English guide.
It truly is. Let's take a breath and just recap what we have covered today.
Sounds good.
We started with Aman and Ria's core idea that good customer service requires polite behavior, not just fixing the machine.
Right. Because bad behavior creates physical stress like a fight or flight response.
Then we looked at how this applies everywhere, in a noisy restaurant or in a quiet online chat where your words have to do all the work.
We unpack the customer's simple toolkit, using neutral facts like, I have a problem and it is not correct, to avoid blaming people.
And the powerful boundary, I am not satisfied.
Then we flip to the worker side, the two-step method. empathy, then action. Sorry for the inconvenience. I will check this.
And of course, the magic wand. I will fix it for you.
Bypassing the human need to make excuses.
And finally, the ultimate lesson. You do not need perfect English. You just need confidence and kind words.
It is such a solid, useful framework for daily life.
It really is. And as we finish our deep dive today, I want to leave you, the listener, with a final thought to mull over.
Ooh, what is it?
We have spent all this time talking about customer service, dealing with shops, internet companies, food delivery apps.
Strangers, basically.
Right, strangers. But think about the psychology we just learned. The text says that kind, simple, objective words calm the brain down.
Yes.
If these simple phrases work so well on a total stranger who is angry about a bill, how could we use them in our own home?
Oh, wow. That is a great question.
Think about the next time you get into a fight with your husband or your wife or your best friend.
When emotions are running very high.
Exactly. Instead of shouting, instead of saying, you never listen to me, or you always do this.
Yeah.
What if you stopped?
What if you use the toolkit?
What if you use the life jacket, you strip away the anger, and you just say quietly, I have a problem. I am not satisfied. Can we fix this?
That could change the whole argument.
I think so too.
Yeah.
If we demand this kind of calm, polite service from a stranger on the phone, maybe it is exactly the kind of politeness we owe to the people we love the most.